Welcome to A Year in Marvel, hosted by Minorities Report. My name is Antonio Alcazar.
And I'm Tekaris.
Tickerus. Yeah, you'd be Icarus.
Get fucked.
We went to go see The Eternals.
Sorry we're a little bit late with this. We just had some kind of emergencies pop up.
Yeah, we've had nothing but issues the last couple of weeks. So sorry about all of the delays, guys. But here it is, The Eternals review.
You know us. We do Marvel shit.
Yeah. This is the third to last Marvel thing we'll do this year. We've got two more. We've got Hawkeye, and we've got, even I'm pretty about that one.
I watched the trailer.
Yeah.
And I was like, okay, I'm interested.
Okay. All right. Well, that's good. And then we've got Spider-Man No Way Home at the end of the year.
And we're going to probably do a special for What If.
And we gotta know what if. Yeah.
So,
if you watched or if you listened to our most recent "Can I Ask You Something?" you know how tepid I am on What If, but we'll see.
Yeah.
All right, man. So we went to go see the Eternals.
Yeah, baby.
Let's
Marvel's Eternals. Coming to this movie.
Yeah.
How much Eternal knowledge did you have?
Zero. I had no idea. I actually specifically didn't want. Like, I watched the first and second trailer, the actual trailers, but then they had because I assumed they expected nobody was going to see this movie.
Yeah.
They had 15 TV spots and all sorts of little shit.
I watched none of those.
I didn't watch any of that.
Yeah.
I was I just want to watch the movie.
I watched literally the Zack Snyder trailer, and that's the only one I watched.
Okay,
the first trailer.
The Zack Snyder trailer was the better one.
The one we reviewed.
Yeah.
We reviewed that and Shang-Chi.
Sure, yeah. And then the second trailer was oh, this is a Marvel movie.
Yeah.
And then, because the first one made it seem like it was an art piece.
Yes.
And then the second one was a Marvel movie, and I was like, okay. And then I went into it, and I watched.
Ready for Eternals. Okay, so here's the thing. I'm a Marvel guy. When I was a kid growing up, I used to collect Marvel comics. I used to be into Marvel. I played Marvel HeroClix. I was pretty into Marvel. One of my guys were Punisher and Wolverine. Those were my two faves.
Sure.
Collected those guys until Spawn and some older stuff came out, and I kind of got into that.
Your guys were Punisher and Wolverine.
Yeah.
That is not a surprise to me.
Really?
Yeah.
What? Why do you say that?
I don't know. It's just that makes sense.
I mean,
my guys were Namor and Reed Richards. So.
Yeah, I get that. Definitely our personalities fit that well. Importantly, when I was a kid was the late 80s, early 90s.
Yeah.
And things like Avengers were dead at that point in time.
Sure,
they were just not that popular.
I mean, even up until Iron Man came out.
Right. They were kind of just whatever.
Yeah. Although the Ultimate series really rebooted that in preparation for the MCU.
The X-Men were the thing.
Yeah, of course.
Because in the 90s,
you were growing
that's
up,
the cartoon, man.
Did you see the announcement?
X-Men 97. It's based on, there's a comic series that's been out for a couple years, X-Men 97. So, am I hyped for it? Not really. But
you'll watch it.
I'll probably watch it, yeah. I mean, I still watch old Spider-Man episodes. Sure. Spider-Man, we used to play Marvel superheroes on the playground and stuff like that. Yeah. I was always Punisher or Wolverine.
Yeah.
My friend, his favorite character was Spider-Man, so he was always Spider-Man. Yeah. Then we had a guy that was, I don't even remember the other characters. Remember me and my best friend.
Sure.
And so I would say that I'm pretty well versed with Marvels.
Yeah. Never even heard of the Eternals.
I thought Eternals were Celestials. Because I got confused and I was like, oh yeah, they're not Celestials. Those are Celestials. Yeah. That's different. Right now I remember. Okay, so I've heard the word Eternals because if I remember correctly, they retcon stuff to make Thanos an Eternal. Okay. So he's one of these people. So I come with very little.
Yeah.
Okay.
I came with zero.
Watch that first trailer, the Zack Snyder trailer. What did I say at the Zack Snyder trailer when we watched that?
You said there's no way they're going to pull this off.
I said that Marvel's going to try to shoot for some art house type Zack Snyder shit, and it's going to be a failure because they shot for that type of shit rather than making a Marvel movie.
Yeah.
So let's get into this, brother.
Yeah.
All right. So this starts off, and they're all in their ship, and they're coming and whatnot, and Rob Stark gets up and he's like, hey, what's up, man? I'm Icarus. Yeah. And she responds, I'm Cersei. And I literally in my head is going, fuck, not again.
Why?
What? Get it?
No.
Game of Thrones.
Oh, with Cersei?
Right. Right. Rob Stark, Cersei, all that shit. So.
Nah, that's a stretch.
What do you mean it's a stretch? It was funny to me.
Yeah.
I don't give a fuck if it was funny to you.
I'm telling you that joke is bad.
It was a good joke.
No.
You just didn't appreciate it. Not again. Did you notice? 3 Game of Thrones alumni in this shit too. Obviously, two for sure.
Yeah.
And the music is done by the guy who did the music for Game of Thrones.
Oh, okay. All right.
Which is kind of weird to me, but like,
that's where I had seen his name before. That's
right.
interesting.
Yep.
Okay. Yeah.
Yep. So, movie starts. They get all this shit rolling. They show up and they're on Earth in like how many ever BC? I don't remember what exactly.
5,000.
5,000 BC. Right. They're rescuing humans.
Yeah.
Then they go into Babylon. All that shit. Okay. So
yeah. And then Pink Floyd starts playing.
And then
I was just like, I'm living in a simulation. Because Pink Floyd's my favorite band.
Yeah.
And especially,
and this is one of your favorite subjects.
If you've ever known me in the past, you know that there was like a big portion of my life where like my jam was ancient astronaut theory.
Sure.
Like this was even before the show Ancient Aliens. Mm-hmm. I loved the whole Anunnaki thing. And so, like, just to me, like, as far as mythology goes, that's just such a cool take on mythology. It's not a thing that I believe in, but it's such a cool take in mythology. And so, when I started watching this movie, and I was just like, oh, a movie about the Anunnaki with Pink Floyd is the soundtrack. This is a simulation. This movie was literally made for me.
That's too funny, man.
Yeah.
So, they fight deviants?
They fight
the Eternals were created to fight deviants from worlds that the Celestials built.
Yeah.
For their
creatures. Like at this point, you don't know that. At this point, you just know that they were there to eliminate the deviants.
Right.
Yeah.
So that the creatures of the world can live.
Okay.
That's, basically the basic story.
Because the deviants are just like the Tyranid. They're just trying to eat everything.
Yeah. What do you think of the deviants?
They were very like throwaway, you know?
I thought they were absolutely terrible.
Okay. Yeah.
They looked terrible.
I don't know about look terrible. They were a fine Saturday morning cartoon villain where it's just like, this is just like the villain of the week.
Yep.
But like there was nothing like about them, you know? Like to me, the Celestials definitely had some kind of presence to them, but the Deviants were like, okay.
They're
bugs.
Well, obviously you've seen this movie. If you're listening to this, I hope so at least. So we're just going to get right into fucking
big time spoilers, guys. So, if you've seen this movie, or if you haven't seen this movie, please stop the episode right now. We're talking spoilers, okay? We're going to go through all of it.
This isn't like when we do our movies on Patreon where we do a non-spoiler episode part and then a spoiler episode. This is just Marvel, so we talk about everything right away. So we're
assuming you watched.
We're assuming you watched. So they get to like regular life or whatever. They're doing their thing and they're walking around London and shit. And already, I got to tell you right here, I'm pretty disappointed.
Okay, why?
I was hoping for a movie in which...
Oh, we had that weird sex scene first, though.
Right. Okay. And then so...
That weird sex scene was weird.
I know. And...
Any sex scenes... And we're going to talk about that later. But any sex scenes in 2021 movies?
In Marvel movies specifically?
Even Marvel movies, but like in any movie, really, where they have to show the sex, to me, is like, why?
Right.
You know, like, I get it. They fucked. Yeah. You know? I think the more graphic the sex scene, the more out of place it feels these days.
Yeah, I don't know, man.
And like in a Marvel movie, I was just like, what the fuck?
I'm gonna pause you there, man.
Yeah.
To me, one of the best scenes in Wolf of Wall Street is the sex scene. We're not going to be friends. They go back to her house, and then you get to see Margot Robbie naked. Oh, I forgot. You're a monk. So Margot Robbie naked is like...
That doesn't sound like...
And then...
Hold on. But that doesn't sound like cringe. That's not cringe.
Right. Well, it's all played for laughter, though, because he fucking busts his nut in 3 seconds, and that's because they're having sex. And then
okay,
he's like,
if there's a point beyond the sex, I get it.
Yeah,
but like this was just like, okay,
right.
That was weird.
Right. Yeah.
It was just like a weird, like,
wait, it was,
look what we're doing in this movie.
We're talking about Cersei and Icarus, right? Yeah. So, like, Cersei and Icarus,
weirdly out of place.
I'm an adult.
Yeah.
You have them touch hands, and I know they're having sex.
Exactly.
Like, I don't need anything past that, right?
I get it.
And this movie, I want to point out, like, you don't need to make this movie for kids, because this movie is not for kids, in my opinion.
Okay.
It is, and that's what makes the Deviants so frustrating to me, because this whole movie is about questioning things and questioning things that are way beyond what a child can understand, in my opinion.
Like the subtext is very like
we should break. Okay, I want to basically say this movie is kind of Marvel's Watchmen.
Yeah.
Like, they really kind of shoot for that whole, like, aspect towards it. And Watchmen is not for kids.
What is the role for people that have the ability to affect some kind of change? What is the role of people whose job it has always been to do something wrong?
Yeah.
You know, like, what is, like, the role of a person who's clearly indoctrinized?
Yeah.
Like, there's a lot of heavier questions.
Absolutely.
In this movie.
And so that then leads me to one of my problems with the film.
Yeah.
Because they go out of their way to be like, we only get involved when deviants are involved. That's what the only thing
that's
we're
their
supposed to be
job.
doing, right? Yeah. But they get involved constantly when deviants aren't involved. For instance, the black dude created the atomic bomb to end the World War II.
He didn't create the atomic bomb.
Well, he gave the plans to create
he said
the
he
atomic
spurred
bomb.
them into the atomic bomb.
Yes.
But that
had nothing to do with deviants. But here's my point. Okay.
Yeah.
So, and obviously Droog or whatever, he fucking affects that one situation so much so.
I love that character,
So,
by the way.
yeah, of course. He's a great character.
Yeah.
He's that actor in general. Green Knight, now this, just fucking great,
Dude,
right? So
that scene in Tenochtitlan was like, I don't know, man. I was brought to tears. I was like, this
and then he's
it is the
so
coolest
affected
thing
in
to be
that
able to see this.
he stays living there. That's where they find him
Yeah.
later, right?
Yeah, yeah.
So but then they're like, Thanos, we didn't want to get involved with that, right? Yeah. So here's my thought, right? When
Thanos is literally like, I'm about to destroy half the fucking life of the universe, and they're just like,
right.
I sleep.
So to me,
yeah.
a better way to handle that. Now, if I'm the writer, this is what I write, and Cersei or whoever responds this way. Yeah. Why didn't you get involved with Thanos? This and that, blah blah blah. We were only created to protect humanity because that's what they're in their minds, what they're created for. Yeah. What Thanos did erased you from existence, meaning you were never there in the first place. Or you kind of jumped through some logical hoop. Yeah. Right, exactly, where a mechanical mind can't go, I have to stop this. Because because he snapped you out of existence, you were never there in the first place. Mm-hmm. You never had a soul to be in, or whatever the fuck you're connecting it to.
Okay.
But so
some extra planar kind of way of seeing humanity, where it's detached from the actual humanity of
course, because that's what they are. They are, and that to me passes a lot better than just we just can't be involved with
that. Was not our jobs,
right?
Well, it kind of was your job.
Although right, exactly, because they show all kinds of times they kind of get involved throughout history and whatnot. Yeah. So, but what I don't like right off the bat, I don't like the story. And maybe this is my preconceived notion because I wanted a better film. Uh-huh. But to me, a better film is these people create these Eternals. Have forgotten they are Eternals, or they have lived so long they are no longer Eternals in their own mind. That's why they're living these lives, and they have to be brought back online to become Eternals, and that's why they didn't do anything with the Thanos snap. That's why they're living normal lives. I really disliked the Eternals in hiding.
In the part where Ajax said, "You know what? Go live your own lives."
Yes,
something should have happened to them where they forget their lives. And then the earthquake at the beginning of the movie awakens them.
Perfect.
Done.
I like that.
Yeah, there you go.
I like that.
I would have been oh, okay, they just didn't know. They weren't aware. No, right. All right, yeah, sounds good. And although then you'd have to get away with the, how do you, how do they come to terms with the fact that they don't age?
True. You figure out something with that. I mean, you're right. Sure.
They have a conversation where, I always thought it was weird that I didn't die, but I just, I had to, just live with that, I guess. I just thought maybe I just didn't die or whatever the fuck. Weird things have happened on this planet.
How do you feel about the 10 Eternals as characters?
I liked all of them.
Wow.
I don't think there's one I didn't like. I liked all of them.
Okay.
Yeah, I liked all of them. To varying degrees. There are some that I liked more than others. But I liked all of them. I don't have a problem with any of them.
You'll never guess who I absolutely hate. Which one I hated.
Did you hate Cersei?
No, not at all.
Did you hate, what's her name? The little girl?
Okay, I'll just let you know.
Camille Nanjiani.
I was pretty close. Camille Nanjiani. Yeah. Hated his character. It was...
Why? Because he was too funny. Because he was the funny thing of Marvel, and you hate the funny parts of Marvel. No. You don't hate the funny parts of Marvel. You hate Marvel's attempt to be witty. And he was the fucking...
attempt.
Yeah, he was he was a poster child for all of Marvel's corny jokes.
And it's so unneeded for an Eternal. Like, that is what hurt me more. Like, you have...
Yeah, I kind of agree with you. There is something about the presence of the Eternals that didn't feel ancient.
Right.
And I would have liked... this is like a very, I don't know, subjective, very personal kind of like opinion, but I would have liked for the Eternals to have had a feeling of eternity, of some feeling of being ancient. I think that Druig kind of had that. I think maybe that's...
I thought him, the Asian guy, Wong's ancient ancestor, and
Gilgamesh,
and Athena. I thought those ones
Athena kind of had that too, yeah.
But
where they had more presence to
Right.
them. There was something more ancient and like maybe terrifying about their just existence.
Right.
Whereas everybody else kind of just felt like, ooh, real loosey-goosey. Yeah. We're just a part of the times. And like for characters that had been around from the beginning of human history, it felt a little weak. And I don't know. That stood out to me too, I guess.
And here's another thing I think. One of the things Watchmen did really well, and at this point, most of Marvel fans haven't even watched Watchmen.
Sure.
Start off with Ajax murder. That's such a great way to start a film. Like, that's what really draws you into the Watchmen right away, is the comedian gets killed right away.
Yeah, so if they would have had a... So, you know what they could have done, right?
Almost copied Watchmen completely.
Well,
you have the montage.
So, first of all, shut the fuck up about that. But, like, I think if you have Icarus in drapes, right? Mm-hmm. Kill Ajax, and they fight. But you don't really know who it is, right? And, like, Ajax, I don't know, you can...
This is Icarus. We're deleting the deviants, right? Too, because they're fucking terrible.
No. So. You can still have the deviants. Oh,
you still want the deviants?
Yeah, you can still have the deviants. But, like, you need... Actually, you didn't really need the deviants.
No, not at all.
Yeah, for sure. In the end, you didn't really need the deviants. But you would have made Icarus much more monstrous. But, okay, lean into it, right? Make Icarus much more monstrous. Have him kill Ajax. Have him really just kill her brutally, right? And she's, like, trying to fight back, but can't do anything. I was going to say, keep the deviants. And then just have the deviant, be already kind of like morphed. You know, like when he morphs after he kills Gilgamesh.
When he turns into Bill Skarsgård.
Yeah, so when he kills Gilgamesh, he's got that humanoid form.
Yep.
Have him already be there.
Yeah.
And then really lean into, this is the guy that did it.
Yeah.
And then at the end, like on the beach, he's like, I didn't do that shit. He did that shit.
Right.
You know, like that. That would have been like, whoa. Yeah. You know, like that would have been fine.
Yeah.
But the fact that it was kind of the way that it was played, Ajax's death didn't really kind of have a weight to me.
Right.
And so, like, let's say it's not going to have a weight.
Right.
Okay, well, then show it at the beginning.
Yep.
Not in the middle.
Absolutely.
Because that way, at the very least, it'll have a driving the plot kind of weight to it instead of a no weight at all kind of.
I think that, like, and you, oh God, I fucking hate saying this, but just you kind of ate Watchmen even a little bit more. And because when the comedian gets killed, nobody gives a fuck.
Nobody cares.
Right. Yeah. But you make people care about the comedian with other scenes with Jeffrey Dean Morgan, with other scenes of him throughout other parts, and you see this character get built. And you could have done the same thing with Ajax.
Humanize him over the course of the film. Yeah,
and so...
And he's never a relatable character or an empathetical character, but you humanize him. You show that he was a complex thing. Not right and horrific, really, in everything that Avery did, but
he's was cynical as fuck. I mean, he
not just cynical, he was monstrous.
Yeah,
he did
of course,
some horrific shit.
Killed innocent people, raped people.
You're right. He had, like, thoughts about it. He had conflicting opinions on it. He had been, kind of brutalized by a brutal world. And, like, that doesn't make him empathetic, but that's just like, he's not a mustache twirling villain.
Of course.
A thing that happens in the world. And I feel like that could have been done with Ajax too. I agree with you.
I also
Make me care about her throughout.
My problem, so I'm going to just come out and say, I didn't love this movie. Okay. To me, it's one of the bottom tier Marvel movies. And the reason, I'm going to pour out my reasons.
Bottom tier sounds. You like Black Widow more than this?
I had more fun watching Black Widow than I did watching this. Okay, here, and I'm going to explain why. Okay, sometimes when you shoot for the moon,
Yeah.
you fucking miss and go off to Mars. Okay, and your shot is disastrous and everything is off.
I see. Okay.
Okay. They shot for
Arguably,
something.
if you reach Mars, that's better. Your metaphor sucks.
Yeah, it's true. You you shoot for Mars and you end up in the sun.
Okay.
And you burn up.
Like Icarus.
Yes. The concept, the ideas, everything going on in this movie, I love. Okay. The execution to me is what made this turn into something. And
it was like they brought in thousands of dollars worth of premium ingredients.
Yes.
And you've never cooked a day in your life.
Not only that, what's worse is you have a director that's a lauded art house director.
Proven director, yeah.
And you don't let her do art house things. And that because you still had to have the Marvel shit involved. Mm-hmm. Yeah. And because you wanted to do a Marvel movie and an art house movie together, I feel it's a failure.
You can only go so far with it.
Right.
Yeah, for sure.
Either just do the Marvel movie or do the art house movie. And I'd probably like either one of those.
I think that they did the Marvel movie. I really like watching this movie. I think that they did the Marvel movie. And like, I feel like as a Marvel movie, it succeeded. It was 2 hours and 40 minutes for one thing. That's too long for me for this film. Okay.
And the reason it's too long is because it's not longer. And by that I mean Loki should have been a movie and this should have been a TV show.
Sure.
Especially if you're going to have this many Eternals, you make a 10 episode show
characters.
And each one is about the character. And it's a very
that would have been fucking great, dude.
Right.
10 episodes and then it's a 13 episode series.
Sure, or even 12 or whatever.
Yeah, where you get 10 episodes of like characters and then 2 episodes of what happens.
This happens, right, exactly. And you can start the show off with Ajax's death. And then the first episode is all about Ajax or whatever. And then we end with her getting killed. Like, that we end at the start of her getting killed.
I've seen that a lot on the internet. The idea that, like, why was this not made a show? You know,
it would have been
you had
so
everything in your hands
good, in my opinion.
Yeah, it's a good show.
And you can lower the budget so you can expect less return-wise, so you can make it more art house at that point. Yeah. Because art house often doesn't have as big of a return.
But they also kind of fucked up with their attempt at making a cerebral show, which is what I would say Wanda was.
Sure.
Because in the end, they were just like, yeah, let's make this methodical show about loss. And then at the end, the Marvel execs were also just like, okay, but then fight scene, please.
I also feel like because you have 10 Eternals in 2 hours and 40 minutes... Yeah. The character arcs are so small. They're almost
boom,
not...
Boom, boom, yeah, for sure. Let's get to them.
Like, most of them don't even get one.
Like Kumail Nanjiani's Kingo had no arc.
No.
Like, at some point, he just goes, I think I'm done. And then he just disappears.
Right. He's just gone.
Right. I was like, what?
And
I would have loved to have had Gilgamesh, who was a very cool character, in my opinion, do more than nothing. Because he did nothing.
So my only issue with Gilgamesh... I agreed with you. Yeah. I thought it was an awesome character, but then I thought to myself, do I just like this character because he's basically the Eternals version of Wong? Because he kind of was.
I liked him because he was, 1, he was charismatic.
Of course.
2, he was like a cool superhero.
Yep.
Like, dude was beating the fuck out of those things. 3, he was super compassionate, you know?
Yeah,
like there was a lot of heart there. But you have, so what I'm saying is, you build up this, a good composition for a superhero, and then you're just like, and you get nothing. You know, like I was like, can I please have more of him, please? You know?
What was your opinion on the actual film, though?
So I mean, this will come as no surprise. I love this movie. This movie was a Marvel movie made for me. This movie was a Marvel movie about the things that I like.
So you're able to forgive. Okay,
no. So. Long-time listeners and just, you know, people who know me will know that I don't rate movies on some abstract, like, checkpoint. Sure. You know, like, to me, it is, how much did you enjoy this movie? Full stop. Period.
And you felt as though you enjoyed this movie, full stop, man. Period.
I enjoyed the movie because I'm not watching this movie going, well,
neither was I. I stopped doing that with Marvel probably a good 2 years ago.
Okay, so when I watched this movie, there were some things that, of course, you know, like when Ajax died, I was just like, I don't really care. And when when they found Ajax's body, of course.
Yeah.
And then when they were just like, well, we didn't blah 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 with Thanos, blah blah blah. I was just like, okay. And there were a couple of times like that, but overall, I loved what I was watching. I didn't have a problem with Kingo. I liked all the characters. My complaint is, I wish I would have gotten more.
Right.
That's my complaint. My complaint is, I liked this so much. I wish there would have been more fleshed out time for it. I wish this could have been 10 episodes of a series instead of a 3-hour movie. But the 3-hour movie that I got was the 3 hours that I enjoyed. I didn't dislike any of it. There were some issues, but I don't expect a perfect movie out of anything. When I get a perfect movie, I'll be like, like Endgame style. Oh my God, laud it.
You are being way too generous to this film, in my opinion, because you are basically going, I'm not going to give this movie a C+ because I liked enough of it, even though it was a C+. It has these issues that would knock it down.
If I like it, it's not a C+.
You can like a C+.
No.
Yeah, you can like a D-, bro. I like some D-.
Then it's not a D-.
Yes,
that's always the argument that we have.
You're
arguing, just like, I like movies that are bad. That's a fucking oxymoron, dude. You can't like a thing that is bad.
No, dude, you absolutely can.
If you like it, it's not bad to you.
Art is, as we talked about in another podcast, subjective, right? That could still mean that piece of art is a piece of shit, just garbage thrown against the wall.
No, but if an opinion on art is always subjective, then there is no objective to it.
It's still bad art.
No,
your opinion on the art
is a silly,
weird
different argument. Like, this is an argument that, in my mind, you have perpetually lost for over a year.
No, I have never once lost this argument.
No. So, because that's why I said, in my mind, you have perpetually lost this argument because you've never convinced me that saying that you like something that is bad makes sense.
You have never convinced me.
If you like a subjective
just
thing,
because you like something means that it is good
to you.
What are you talking about?
It means that it is good to you. And if art is always subjective, then there is no objectivity to it.
No. This movie failed multiple ways. It made no money.
It
was terrible with the critics.
This movie made money. It made as much money as Shang-Chi.
No, it certainly
Black
did
Widow
not make as much money as Shang-Chi.
Yeah, now it did.
Eternals. Worldwide.
Yeah.
$280 million.
Oh, hell yeah, man.
That's whew, yeah. That's terrific.
Big time shit.
That's not big time shit.
Post-COVID, that's big time shit. $280 million? Whew.
Take a guess at Shang-Chi. Take just a swap.
$500 million.
Close.
Really?
$430 million.
Okay.
So it is still concretely ahead of...
Yeah.
It made...
Almost twice as much. How much did Black Widow do, though?
Oh, that one did shit because of the way it was released.
Sure, okay.
I remember this one did not do well. Whoa, I'm wrong.
How much?
$379 million.
Okay, but 90 million more than Eternals so far?
Just short of 100. 280 to 379.
Yeah, like 90 million.
That's 99 million.
Okay.
I want to look up one other film real quick just to see.
Which one?
Give me a second.
Which one?
Ooh.
What?
That had a mutual release on HBO. Suicide Squad. Guess how much that one did?
Ooh, how much?
167 million.
Okay,
so it still did better than the Suicide Squad, but you know what?
Yeah.
I would certainly rewatch Suicide Squad before I watched it.
Because it's more your thing. And that makes sense. You like Suicide Squad more. I'm not telling you you're wrong about that.
I don't know if I think
because opinions are subjective.
It's more enjoyable to watch. For me, it was more. But here's the thing. You know what? It's funny that you bring this up.
Yeah.
Because now I find myself often, especially as I've liked more and more Marvel things, I found myself in the trenches now fighting with Marvel haters. Because with somebody in my Alien group was like posted a thing and it was like an Infinity War shot and it was like a quote from Ridley Scott that all superhero movies are boring as shit.
Okay.
And I thought to myself,
Ridley Scott said that, right? And Denis Villeneuve, like there was like three directors, Steven
and
Spielberg,
Martin Scorsese, right?
Yeah,
and I was like, you're fucking jealous, Ridley Scott.
Maybe, yeah.
Because I'm gonna tell you what,
Ridley Scott has not done a blockbuster success in.
No, dude. He has.
What was the last successful thing that Ridley Scott did?
A lot.
Ridley Scott?
Yeah.
What was the last successful thing that he did?
I had to look this up because I was in an argument about it, but it's actually something pretty recent too. Of course, The Last Duel was,
House of Gucci.
Oh, that's coming. I can't wait to see that.
Are you serious?
Yeah, man. That looks
You're
fucking,
not serious.
No, that looks fucking
No, you're
great,
not
dude.
serious. That looks great.
Yeah, I can't wait.
You're fucking lying to me.
I love Adam Driver.
The Last Duel, the one with fucking Matt Damon and Ben Affleck.
All right, he's jealous. No, The Martian. I mean, The Martian was a few years ago. Blade Runner 2049.
Alien Covenant. Alien Covenant.
Blade Runner 2049. Did he?
No.
No, Dennis Villeneuve. Yeah. No, so Ridley Scott.
Exodus, God and Kings.
Hey, did you ever see that?
No, of course.
It is fucking terrible. Yeah. I saw it in the theaters.
Since 20, dude,
he's got a new movie coming out called.
Since 2007, he's done 2 movies I've liked. He did American Gangster, which I really like, and he did The Martian, which I
Did you ever see Murder on the Orient Express?
No.
It's pretty decent.
Is it okay?
Yeah, it's decent. It's 2017.
He did Kingdom of Heaven.
Yeah, of course.
In 2005. This dude has had 3 good movies out of the 20 that he's done over the course of the last 20 years.
So I said that, and then he was like, and the guy responds. Yeah. This guy responds. I was like, this is a clownish opinion. Yeah. There are good superhero movies. There are bad superhero movies.
Sure, okay.
And this guy responds, going off, talking about, he was like, I don't know about all that, man. There's never been a Marvel movie as good as Alien or Blade Runner. And I had to stop. I go, all right. Stop.
Yeah.
You're talking about 2 of the best movies in their genres and comparing that to Marvel movies that are trying to appease to
entirely different things.
Right. Yeah. I'm like, this is ridiculous comparison. But let me tell you this, bro.
Sure.
I'd rather watch Shang-Chi or Civil War or Winter Soldier before I watched Exodus, God and Kings again. Yeah. Or I watched fucking plenty of the assassination of fucking, I was naming off like all these shit. Robin Hood, the fucking shitty ass Robin Hood movie with like, get fucked, asshole. Yeah. He's had plenty of dog shit ass films. Yeah. So this idea.
And also, I have now watched Alien. And what was the other one?
Blade Runner.
And I've seen Blade Runner.
Yeah.
So for somebody who grew up in your time, Alien and Blade Runner are like these cult classics.
Not cult.
Oh, no, I'm sorry. Not cult classics. Are classics. Yep. Staples of cinema. Yeah. Pillars of cinema, even.
Alien is considered one of the best sci-fi films of all time.
Sure, by old people.
No, by even young people. Don't try.
By Gen Xers and Boomers.
Bullshit.
But they're definitely not as good as new movies. Neither of those 2 are. Those are good.
Hard disagree.
Those are good examples of why cinema is great these days. They are the people who revolutionized cinema. They're the movies that created genres.
No,
but they're not great now.
Alien.
I just watched Alien.
Alien is better than the Eternals.
Alien is sure okay. I'll give Alien better than The Eternals.
Yeah, it's a new movie.
But it's not better than even like The Arrival, which is a Denis Villeneuve movie.
I would disagree with that.
Have you ever seen The Arrival?
I've seen almost every one of his films.
Have you seen The Arrival?
Of course.
I thought we had talked and you had not seen The Arrival.
That's the one, if I remember correctly, Jeremy Renner, right? And I've absolutely seen that movie.
Yeah, that movie is better than Alien.
I disagree. But
I know you disagree because you fall into the categories of people who are unable to disconnect their nostalgia from what's actually.
I watched Alien with you a year ago, and I enjoyed it I enjoyed it almost more
because
recently.
of the nostalgia.
No. Because it was a great movie. Because it's good. The things that are happening on the screen are awesome. Sure. The things that I'm watching right now are
they're
great.
Better than The Eternals.
And
not as good as something like The Arrival.
Where is this laudedness towards The Arrival?
The Arrival's a good movie. I liked it. What I'm saying is just like that's a good recent sci-fi movie.
It was a fine movie. It's probably I put it like number 3 for him.
You like Blade Runner more? And then Dune.
2049 is probably ahead of it. Sicario is ahead of it.
Sure.
And what was the other movie that he did that I enjoyed quite a bit? Because that guy has made, like, the beginning of his career, I feel as though is better than the later part of his career recently.
Just made Dune. Dune was fucking insane.
Thank you for proving my point. Yeah, I disagree. Dune was not insanely good.
It was.
Dune was fine.
Dune was insanely good if you were a Dune fan.
Yes. Thank you for...
So it did what it was trying to do as well as it could have been done.
No.
Yeah, it wasn't trying to appease everybody.
I mean... then you fail as a film.
No, then you fail as a film for general
If you
audiences.
are attempting to make a film that is explailing information to somebody,
Nope, you're lost. You lost me. This is a scarecrow argument already.
No, there's certainly not a scarecrow.
It's
a film.
It's a scarecrow argument because now you're saying what was the intent of the movie?
Was it Dune for Dune? Was it called Dune for Dune fans?
It didn't need to be.
Oh,
it was clearly Dune for Dune fans.
So it wasn't Dune for Dune fans.
Oh, okay. Was it Dune for everybody? Is that the tagline?
Yes.
Was it called Dune for everyone?
That's what all movies are.
Okay.
Prisoners. Prisoners is probably my favorite movie by him.
I never saw Prisoners.
Well, before you talk about his greatness, you have to see his best movie, Prisoners.
Okay. All right.
Don't.
Well, anyway, they're better than Alien.
What the fuck are we talking about?
Wait, where were we?
So, all in all, Eternals as a TV show, I'd have probably loved it. It'd have probably been the best Marvel TV show.
Sure.
Eternals as a movie.
Eternals as a TV show, I would have liked because I would have gotten more of it. Eternals as a movie, I liked. I would give this.
You have no.
I'd give this an 8 out of 10.
You have
as far as Marvel
remind
movies.
me
as far as Marvel movies.
Okay, remind me of a dude.
There's a Marvel continuum, right? As far as Marvel movies go, this is in the top half of Marvel movies for me.
As far as Marvel movies go, if I was grading this out of 10,
yeah, this is better than your average Marvel movie.
All in all, this film was exactly what I expected it to be. And so it is what it is, man. It's like I expected it to be a failure because of what they were shooting for.
Yeah, because they overreached.
I was right in that. And that's fine. It's funny because I was very hyped to see a Marvel movie. At this point, I was like, man, I'm ready for some fucking Marvel.
Yeah.
And when I sat down at first, I was like, okay, cool. I was kind of into it. Mm-hmm. But as the film went on, like there was frustration. And then I was like, oh, and then frustration. And then and frustrations. And maybe it's because I'm just I have a better directorial mind than this person does.
Okay.
But
probably not.
I mean,
Yeah.
The changes I would have made.
I've not known you to have a better anything mind than anyone. So.
I'm not the one who didn't recommend Conan or Big Trouble in Little China and got their windows smashed out because of it.
All right. Well, that was it for our Marvel coverage. Tune into the Patreon if you want to see some extra episodes. We've got some stuff on there. It's patreon.com/minoritiesreport. Otherwise, we will see you again for...
We're pretty quick at you, man.
Yeah, we'll see you again for Highlander. Probably, I might drop it off at the same day, to be honest.
The Marvel,
I might actually upload.
We have some people that only listen to Marvel and only listen to the regular stuff, though. Yeah. So if you're a Marvel only guy, you'll see us within a couple weeks as we either color Hawkeye or What If might come up between there.
Yeah,
but
we'll probably do What If maybe even next week.
We're going to be jamming a lot of Marvel at you like we did towards the front half of the year.
Yeah, for sure. All right, sounds good. Have an awesome week, everybody. We'll see you next time.